What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 91 of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the podcast bringing together trainers from every corner of Pokemon fandom before watching along with an episode of Pokemon the series, starting all the way back at episode 1. But today we're going to be watching episode 91, Snack Attack. Gotta Watch 'Em All is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Sunday, April 26th, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescator. That other voice is Adam Tuttle. Adam, how are you? What's up? What's going on?
I'm doing grape.
Okay.
That's a play on the episode.
Grapefruit? We'll get there.
I'm doing
All right,
great.
How's quarantine life treating you? How's everything been?
You know, it is what it is. Kind of inside, not doing much. Well, I mean, cleaning a little bit here and there, but yeah,
the cleaning game has
definitely
been
getting
strong. I've been cleaning like crazy. It's amazing, the projects that I've started since this has all gone down, and digital cleaning too.
Yeah, my stove broke, so I get to fix that. As weird as that is, but that's exciting for me. I'm like, ooh, home improvement.
No,
stuff.
I went back and I started looking in old folders on the computer, cleaning out old files. I had so much stuff. I'm digitally decluttering, physically decluttering, mentally decluttering. This is a good time to get mentally and physically reset. I'm taking advantage of it for sure. But on today's show, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We have the 23rd season of the Pokemon anime has been announced. While we may be on season 2, the 23rd season has been announced. Pokemon Journeys, the series.
Jeez, 21 seasons left.
I know, right? We've got plenty of content. We have a trailer for that. We'll break all that down and give our thoughts and hot takes on what this series could be. Rebel Clash, we've been talking about it for a few weeks. It is releasing next week on the 1st, so we're really excited to get our hands on a bunch of stuff. I know Adam has some cards inbound, so we'll talk about that a little bit and take a look at some cards that Pokemon.com has featured, including some new VMAX cards and a pretty cool Giovanni card. And yesterday was Abra Community Day in Pokemon Go, so we'll talk about our experiences there. This was kind of a little bit of a different way to play. They designed it to be played from home. They made it double the length. They made incense more powerful. Incense lasts longer. So we'll talk about our experiences there. Twilight Wings Episode 4 has been released. And I gotta say, when they first announced this series and they said that every episode was going to come out every month, I was like, man, that's going to be brutal. But it's so awesome that when these episodes come out, how excited I am to watch them. And this is now
I was stoked.
It's episode 4, and it's now the 4th episode in a row where I'm like, this is the best episode yet. So we'll break all that down. I really, really enjoyed this episode. And then we're going to do our rewatch of Pokemon the series Snack Attack, episode 91, and give our audio commentary. But let's start with Pokemon Journeys. So coming from Pokemon.com, there was a trailer released on the official Pokemon site. I'll link to both the article and the trailer on YouTube so you can take a look at it. Like I said, this is the 23rd season of the anime. It's actually coming out exclusively on Netflix, June 12th. This is a deal they signed with Netflix. The trailer is amazing. It details Pikachu and Ash and their continued journey to become a Pokemon Master. But we also see Go, who is Ash's, I guess, friendly rival. Typically you have, your friendly rivals and your rival rivals. It seems like he's got a good relationship with Go, and Go is spelled Goh. And they kind of make a play off of that.
Yeah, he's no Gary.
He's definitely no Gary. But they make a play out of it, go catch them all, go outside, go explore. It's really cute how they do all that.
I can see the setup for all the jokes.
Yes. But his, Go's main focus, and they kind of explain this in the trailer, is to complete the Pokedex. He just doesn't want to be a champion, doesn't necessarily want to be the best Pokemon Master ever. He wants to catch all the Pokemon, especially catching a Pokemon that no one's ever caught before, and they allude to Mew, and they actually show Mew in the trailer, which is really exciting. But we see Professor Oak. He introduces us to Professor Cerise from Vermilion City, who is dedicated to learning all about Pokemon from every region. So it's not like this series is going to be taking place in Kanto or Johto. They're probably going to be bouncing around all over the place, which is really exciting, kind of culminating all the seasons that we've seen so far. And it would be really cool if they go from region to region here, being able to see Ash potentially interact with some, favorite trainers and different gym leaders from around the world of Pokemon would be really exciting.
You get to see like Score Bunny and stuff, so it's like that they're going to Galar or starting there or something like that.
Right, and we know Vermilion's in Kanto, so we at least have those. And I think it's a really cool concept. It's going to be interesting to see where they run from it, where they run with it. But the other interesting thing is new theme song, and it's performed and written by Walk Off the Earth. Walk Off the Earth is a kind of like a cover band, like a pop band that grew to popularity on YouTube, doing like these really, really cool covers of pop songs, but almost in like this weird family, folky, funky vibe. And I love the song. The song is amazing.
Yeah, it's wicked good.
It's really good. Really, really good. And I'm usually pretty strict when it comes to a new song, a new theme song. And this one immediately, the first time I listened to it, I was like, all right, I'm in. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's catchy. It makes you feel good. It's definitely a good opening.
Yep. And
opening theme song.
The animation style is very, very similar to the Sun and Moon series. So you have the new kind of little bit more mature looking Ash, but with the very, very cartoony style, slightly kawaii, but very, very stunning animation. Like the colors looked amazing. The palette looked phenomenal. And the other thing that's really interesting here is going to be the release schedule. Now, doing a deal with Netflix, you figure that they're going to do something special, and that's how they're handling this. The first 12 episodes of the season will be released all in one shot. So June 12th, we're getting 12 episodes of Pokemon Journeys. And then every 3 months after, there's going to be an additional 12 episodes released. Now, we don't know how many in total we're going to get, but I'd imagine that this is going to run maybe 6 or 9 months. So then we're either going to get, 24 or 36 episodes. Or who knows, could this run a whole calendar year, and then we get 48 episodes. We'll have to pay attention there, but I really like that this is coming out all at once, so people that enjoy binging can kind of, just sit back and watch all these, the first 12 all at once and get acquainted. But Adam, you have Netflix?
Yes. Yep.
So I don't have Netflix anymore. When we did the first season of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the episodes we were watching were on Netflix. So I had Netflix, specifically for that purpose. I don't watch much TV otherwise. So it's interesting that the first reason I had Netflix was for Pokemon, and then I don't have it anymore, and I'll probably get it back now just to watch this. And of course I'll watch everything else that's on it. But the motivation for someone like me to be a Netflix customer is Pokemon. So that's good for the Pokemon correlation for Netflix to see people joining in and then they watch Pokemon. So that'll be me. I'll be the target demo. But what'd you think of the trailer? What'd you think of the art style?
I love the art style. The trailer was fantastic. It made me excited again for a new series. I don't know how excited I was when I saw Sun and Moon, but this is I'm excited.
Well, the narrator does a good job of kind of explaining that this is almost like a coming of age. Like it's retelling the story and reintroducing people to what Pokemon could be, and gets you excited on the imagination side, like look at these mysterious creatures, and they're all different types of creatures and different regions and different looks and different feel. And I don't know, I just think that,
and it's nice with the dynamic that Go brings, that you're going to be able to see from different regions him getting excited. Oh, I've never seen that Pokemon before. What is it? And reintroducing all of these Pokemon. There's 800 now?
Yeah.
Plus, it's going to be exciting because Ash will be like, oh, I've seen that a million years ago.
Right, but Go will be excited.
Let's catch it.
Right. And they use Rotom phones. When they meet Professor Cerise, they get Rotom phones. So I'm sure there'll be a whole new dynamic with, the Dex voice and the Dex character of Rotom there. So that'll be exciting. But I like it. I think this is going to be cool. And and I like the balance between like Ash wanting to be the master and Go wanting to be the collector. Love it. But Adam, are you getting excited for Rebel Clash? I know I am.
I am so excited.
Yay,
just
new
the
cards.
Possibilities. Well,
so much room for activities.
Exactly. And this set leaves you with and this is like one of the greatest sets in my opinion. Because there's just so much that they introduce, so many different ways to play, so many like new key cards that can make or break a format pretty much. Like when Roaring Skies came out, you had Shaman EX, and like you played Shaman and you drew cards until you had 6 in your hand, and that was huge. We've had VS Seeker, which you play a Verse Seeker. It's just an item. You get to take a supporter card back from your discard pile into your hand. So every deck would play like one of supporters and then just play 4 VS Seekers. So then you have the whole gambit of supporters that you discarded.
Right.
You could just grab one back at any time. And the reason I bring that up is because on May 1st, the set comes out, but Eldegoss V, it is a fantastic card. It's going to be like a one-off in every single deck. I can see it already. It's a grass Pokemon. It's 180 hit points. It has an ability called Happy March. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, obviously its ability is from the hand, but you play it down and you get to grab a supporter card from your discard pile and put it in your hand. Game changer.
So we've seen this a couple times where standalone supporter cards from the past are kind of, you get that same kind of ability, but moved over from a supporter into a specific Pokemon's ability, which is kind of neat.
Right. This one doesn't hold back any punches. It may seem on the outside that it's, a weak hit points. It's weak to fire. It's got a 1 retreat cost, but it's got a great attack for 2 colorless energies. It does float up for 50 damage. You may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. Again, huge if you need to save resources. So now like stall decks can be able to play like one of these and be able to attach 2 energies, hit for 50, goes back in their deck, and they can just keep the cycle of using that same supporter over and over and over and over again.
Interesting.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That's
and
pretty cool.
There's new ways to play with that ability, and with I'm kind of going to skip down through the page and just go straight to Boss's Order real quick, because they go hand in hand. Eldegoss V and Boss's Orders. If you're familiar with the card game, you've been playing for a while, you'll know of a card called Gust of Wind, which was an item, but it allowed you to switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench, or Lysander. Did the same thing, but in supporter card form. And with Verse Seeker, we were able to, play a limited number of Lysanders and just Verse Seeker it back up, grab it, and continue just to control the board for as long as possible. And now with stall decks, you can use Boss's Order, pick out whatever you want, and then just hit for 50 and run. Hit for 50 and run. Hit for 50 and run.
Awesome.
And then just keep Boss's Order and go over and over again. I mean, there are ways around it, but we'll get into that on special conditions this week, so listen for that.
Yeah, no, but I think you're right though. Like Rebel Clash, it seems to have cards that will probably penetrate a exceptional amount of decks. Even if there's existing decks now, I have a feeling that a lot of these cards are going to start popping up into existing decks already. Like you're going to start seeing them being brought into new decks.
Exactly. Like we talked about special energies on the last episode of Special Conditions, and this set releases, 3 different new ones or 4 different new ones, and they all play a huge part in like decks moving forward. So anything that previously said, discard a special energy didn't really seem that great, now is good. Same thing with like tools. Like a lot of decks play tools. Like if you think about it, like Jirachi from Team Up is in every single deck, which allows you to look at the top 5, take a trainer, put it in your hand. and then it's asleep. But a skateboard allows it to free retreat. So this will be like there's a tool scrapper in this deck or in this set as well, which discards 2 tool cards attached to either player's Pokemon. So right there, just that one card can just stop their entire Jirachi free retreating. It's huge. This set is a game changer for sure. And on this page as well, Toxtricity VMAX, they're kind of highlighting him. For 2 lightning and a colorless, it does 160 damage plus. And then it says if your opponent's active Pokemon is poison, this attack does 80 more damage. That is insane. So that's 240 damage. But how do you get them poisoned? Well, you can play the supporter card Koga from Hidden Fates. It makes your opponent's active Pokemon confused and poison. Or you can use Garbodor from the set, which we've talked about before. It just says once during your turn, if there's a stadium card in play, you may have your opponent's active Pokemon be poisoned. So there are easy ways to get your opponent's Pokemon poisoned, being affected by a special condition. And then there's like Dust Stadium. So if they switch out, the new Pokemon's now poisoned. So
dude,
there's this whole
there's
set
so many plays.
insane.
Like there's so many like it's very straightforward, but there's like these complex series of events that are somewhat easy to achieve. It really does make it seem a little bit more exciting than what I've been used to. Even with watching, people play online, it's just the plays seem more exciting because they're able to, string together these awesome sequence of events, just like you were talking, and like make these exciting plays. I love it. It's awesome. So
right,
awesome.
And then Boss's Order, right now we're kind of on Pokemon Catcher, so you have to flip a coin. If heads, then you get to do the same effect. Where Boss's Order just says you just do it. You get to switch. Pokemon Catcher is a coin flip, or Custom Catcher, you'd need 2 of them in your hand to do the same effect. It's just, or Great Catcher, but with Pokemon V being released, there's no good, easy way to get them. So they basically have been free during the whole, since the release of Sword and Shield, they've just kind of been on the bench and you can't do anything unless you get a heads on Pokemon Catcher or have 2 custom catchers. And it's like none of the decks really have space for inconsistency cards or space to fit 4 custom catchers. So this is where Boss's Order becomes a crucial part in every single deck, because now it doesn't matter if it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter if it's a basic Pokemon, evolution Pokemon, V Pokemon, GX Pokemon, or VMAX Pokemon. It just grabs it. So nothing is safe anymore.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Nothing is safe from Boss's Order, aka Giovanni. But
no, very cool,
man. This set is insane.
Fire! It's fire!
It's super hot fire.
All right, let's move over to Pokemon Go. This weekend was a good one. We had Abra Community Day, and Niantic was kind of touting this as the Play From Home edition. So they were encouraging trainers to play from home by extending the window. So instead of it being just 3 hours, it was a 6-hour event. And typically, one of the bonuses on Community Day is a 3-hour lure. So what they did was they moved that bonus over to Incense. So now Incense would last 3 hours to make only 2 incense necessary to run Incense the whole day. And we have this increased Incense going, right now anyway. So people were able to play from home and still get tons and tons and tons of spawns over the course of the day. And it created like an entirely new vibe. So information coming from PokemonGoLive.com. I mean, I went out and played. I'm where I'm at. I'm still able to go to Red Bank and walk around and not bump in anybody. So, and I've really been enjoying playing out and about solo, which isn't something that I was doing before all this happened for the most part. Like sometimes I would go for late walks, but I would still do my community days, do my raid days and all that stuff with people. Even if I was in a car, we would have a couple cars, parading through. But being able to go outside and walk and be on my own has been very therapeutic. I've really enjoyed that process. but I know a lot of people have also played the event strictly from home in their pajamas. Didn't leave the house.
Which is what I did.
Which is so awesome. So here's my experience. So I played on foot the whole time. I'm out in Red Bank. In the middle of the day, I had to come back home to use the bathroom, grab a bite to eat, went back out. I caught a ton of Pokemon over the day, over 1,000 Pokemon, something like 600 plus Abra, and it was amazing. 25 shinies. The amount of Stardust, it was 3 times Stardust. So if you ran a star piece, it was just absolutely out of control amount of Stardust going on. It was a blast. I love the format. I probably would have still enjoyed it being from home, but I'm trying to get my exercise in. But you playing from home, Adam, how was it staying inside for a community day?
It was relaxing. I just kind of chilled out in my pajamas, like you said.
That's great.
And I had my incense going and my lures or not my lures, but my incense and my star pieces. I was able to, so the first hour my son and I played, he didn't get any shinies. So it was kind of okay. He did play towards the end and we did get a shiny. But looking back, I realized an hour after I caught it that we both had caught 100% Abra, one spawn near me.
That's so awesome.
So I was
awesome.
Oh, that was such a relief. So we were able to evolve those and get the special counter attack on both. And then I caught 17 shinies.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. That's so cool.
It was the first 45 minutes, I didn't see any shinies. And then right as it was going into noontime, I got 4 almost back to back.
Wow. Yeah, that's how it was for me too. The first half of the event, I was out of control. I was thinking that I was going to end up with 40, 50 shinies by the end of the day because they were just rolling in. But for me, the spawns and the shinies definitely seemed to taper as the day went on. I mean, look, it's not. I'm not competing with anyone, so I don't. I really, when it comes down to it, is I want my 3. So I can get the line, and then maybe a couple extras that I can evolve to flex in PvP or to trade to try to, get hundos or something like that. But, once you get past the range of 7, 8, it's just excess at that point. But
exactly,
still being
so
able to do that is
17.
amazing, though. When I did Ralts Day, I had 30 shiny Ralts. I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? But I enjoyed it. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about with Go is we are on the precipice of remote raiding. It's going to be coming any day. And this is going to change the landscape of Pokemon Go forever. I'm really excited about it. I don't know when it's going to launch with the invite feature, when the inviting is going to actually come out, because we know that they said invites will not be available at launch. But Adam, when that comes out, it's going to be amazing to be able to raid with you on a daily basis. I am so excited for that.
Yeah, I can't wait. You're just going to have to text me and be listen, I'm doing this.
Even if it's
join?
a cheesy raid, even if it's a 1-star,
join.
That's what I'm saying. It's
well,
so
if it's
cool.
a 1-star that could be shiny, yes.
Well, of course.
If it can't be shiny, it's not worth it. It's not worth the raid pass.
Hey, man, you get
Unless
one free
it's a
one a
daily
day.
raid, and then it's always worth it.
Oh yeah, remote raid passes separate from regular raid passes. So yeah, it will be a pay to play kind of scenario. That's interesting. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's coming very, very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the next week, because remote raiding, all this stuff was because of the pandemic, and they have to release this stuff soon, because over the next few weeks, we're going to start to turn the corner and work our way out of this pandemic state. So it's they can't talk about these new features and then sit on them, because by the time they would finally release down the road, it's do they really even need to? So I'd imagine this happening very, very soon, which is really exciting. But overall, I was happy with Abra Day, and I'm really, really looking forward to remote raiding. Cannot wait. Oh, and really quick, before we talk about Twilight Wings, I know we haven't talked about Sword and Shield too much lately. We definitely will have some news for next week's episode, but to briefly recap where Sword and Shield is at. So today, the 26th, in 2 days, on the 28th, we will see the increased chances of encountering the Gigantamax, Caparaja, Duraludon, Garbodor, and Charizard going away. So I'm assuming that probably tomorrow, Monday, we'll see some kind of news hit the wild area news, or, Pokemon.com release something with a new batch of promoted raids. But we'll definitely cover that on next week's episode. I know there just hasn't been much cooking in terms of new stuff going on with Sword and Shield, but we'll definitely touch base on it next week.
Yeah, except for Zarude. But we already talked about that, so.
Zarude, right.
Zarude.
All right, well, Adam, why don't you talk about Twilight
so
Wings?
Zarude.
I was absolutely 100% in love with this episode.
This is by far my favorite episode. And you might ask why.
Why?
And I might tell you. But we had just done an episode about the joy of Pokemon. Remember how Nurse Joy had a Magikarp that she fell in love with basically as a kid because it was sick and it helped it? This is a callback to that. And it hit me in all the feels.
Absolutely.
This was the first episode that really, I think, made me feel more so than like the Wooloo one, because like that one was a good episode,
right?
But this, like, it gave you depth to her character even more so. So it was released on April 21st, and it's just there's just too much to go for it. So it's titled Early Evening Waves. And it's picking up from the teased image at the end of episode 3. We see Nessa sitting in the locker room after just losing to Milo. She's shocked to have Chairman Rose kind of like, he literally like comes in like a creeper.
Dude, super creepy.
And he gets in front of her face, and I'm like, are they going to kiss? This is so weird. But yeah, she's super like shocked that he came in, and it's like, he called her out, and like, on being a model, and it was like, you gotta be the best at either like battling or modeling, like you have to choose. And she doesn't take it lightly. She's like really bothered by like the fact that he has the audacity to like tell her what she should do,
right?
And you just see flashbacks from her as a child, reminiscing, and she was helping a injured Phoebus. And this is where the callback to the Magikarp and the Gyarados episode comes in, because Phoebus is this weak, tiny little fish, just like Magikarp. And she's getting ready for her model shoot, and she needs water Pokemon. And she goes back to the same lake that the Phoebus was at. And she's like, oh, we still need one more Pokemon. And she sees Melodic. And that Melodic is the same Phoebus, just evolved.
And it didn't strike me at first. I didn't put the connection together until like it became evident in the episode, and I was like, oh, yay.
See, I knew immediately when they showed the injured Phoebus, and she said that's the same lake, and I'm like, it's gonna happen. I was like waiting for it. I was like, where's the Melodic? And you get to see so many different water Pokemon in this lake.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's kind of like weird to see all of these Pokemon, but you see like Dugong. I don't remember all of them, but it was such a good episode. And then she like kind of storms in at the end into Chairman Rose's office, and she's just like, I'm gonna do both, and I'm gonna be the best at both.
Yeah. There's a couple reasons that I really like this episode. One, it's cool that the female trainers were kicking butt, and with their attitude. I think that was super important. I think that the kind of comeback story of her starting the episode, losing to Milo, and being like, chin down, kind of really bummed out. And then there's a part in the middle of the episode where, she's shooting a commercial with the Milotic. And, I guess they're putting the narrative together that Sonia and Nessa are friends. So Sonya calls up Nessa and is like, hey, I saw your new commercial, with Milotic. It was amazing. Milotic is powerful and it's beautiful. You should be like Milotic or Milotic. And then that's kind of what triggered the kind of aha moment for Nessa. And that's then they show her like storming into Oleana's office like, yo, listen up, buddy. You can tell Chairman I'm going to be the best at modeling and at winning. I'm going to win today's match. It was amazing. And what about the music? The music was phenomenal.
Oh my God, the music.
Phenomenal. And the animation style, like when she's like riding on Milotic's back, they show her like jumping up in the air and diving into the water and then springing out into the open and diving back into it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just very cool.
Yeah, it's one of the most stunning episodes.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And, I've said with the last 3 episodes that there was like this weird thing where it didn't have this cohesion. Like, yeah, we had a little tie back to the end of the last episode because we saw Nessa at the end of the last episode, but I didn't care that there was no tie to episodes 1 and 2 or Hop or Wooloo. Like, it didn't matter. This was just so awesome the way they developed Nessa.
Well, we did see the Corviknight taxi.
Dude,
that's
right.
It's still the main focus in every single episode.
Yes.
Not the main, but I mean, it's in there.
And there was a little Easter egg, though. When she storms out of Oleana's office, she kind of like, brustles like the papers that are on the desk away, and the little like crayon drawing of Leon and Charizard that the little boy from the hospital drew for Chairman Rose, we see that image on the desk. We see that picture on the desk. So there was another callback there to episode 1, but I loved it, man. It was so good. So well done. So well done. Love it.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, well done.
Pokemon, you've outdone yourselves.
All right, Adam, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll get our episode queued up and watch along. You ready to take a little breaky break?
Sure am.
All right, everyone, we'll be back right after this. And we are back from our break. Thank you so much for that. I am ready to watch this episode, but little housekeeping really quick to run through before we do that. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. Oh, and really quick, over on Special Conditions, we're doing a giveaway for a Rebel Clash Build and Battle box, the pre-release box. And the way to enter is very simple. Just leave us a review for any of the shows on the network. So that's going to be Lured Up, Gotta Watch 'Em All, or Special Conditions, either on Apple Podcasts or podchaser.com. I'll put links in the description to all of that. Got to do it by May 1st, because we're going to be announcing the winner live on Twitter May 2nd. So leave us a review, and you can earn up to 6 entries. So if you leave 3 reviews on Apple, 3 reviews on Podchaser, that'll get you 6 entries to win. We announce the winner, we'll contact you, and then we'll get this box shipped out to you. Now, as a cool little bonus, podchaser.com, they're donating 25 cents for every review to their COVID-19 Meals on Wheels Pandemic Relief Fund. And if we comment on your review, they're going to double that to 50 cents. And then Libsyn, who's our podcast hosting company, will match all donations by Podchaser, making each of our Podchaser reviews worth $1 for charity. So if we can get, 50, 100 reviews on Podchaser, then it could be 50 or $100 for charity with no money out of pocket by the person doing the reviewing. So we would appreciate it if you could just take a moment, leave us a quick review. We'll comment on it. You get a chance to win a product and get some money for charity, and you don't have to pay. It's awesome stuff. Good stuff. All right, Adam, you have your show, your Amazon Prime all queued and ready to go?
It is. It is prime and ready to go.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Coming from Bulbapedia.net, this is Pokemon Series 91 Snack Attack. Original air date in Japan, April 29th, 1999, as episode 94. And this came out in the U.S. March 25th, 2000, and is currently episode 91 in the available U.S. lineup. And this is episode 39 in Adventures in the Orange Islands. So, the second season, whatever you want to call it, episode 39, but 91 overall. But Adam, let's get this show on the road in 3, 2, 1, go. So man, it's I'm getting so hyped on Twilight Wings. It makes me wish that we could get full-length episodes in that animation style. Like, it's clearly a different take when it comes to like how they animate it and the scoring and the music and the voice work even. Like, I don't know, man. I love it so much. I'm just excited. It makes me excited for Journeys. Like, I don't know how
I think
that's
they're
going to
bring
go.
a lot of that to Journey.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Gives me high hopes.
Yeah. Journeys looks good too, man. It's
how many episodes did they say were in Twilight Wings?
I think it's only going to be 7 or something.
They should have
very
like an
limited.
episode at the end of everything with just like the outtakes. Or like just the silly stuff. I think that would be really cool. But who knows? We'll figure it out when we get there.
Hey, look, it's going to be Lapras.
Ocean and Lapras and the team. And they're just looking. Oh,
Poor
Pikachu.
Lapras, man.
Pikachu with its eagle eyes.
Tracy knows everything. Tracy knows absolutely
7
like
grapefruit islands.
it's just, you can just like see like a little like forest on a bump in the distance. Is like, oh, I know what that is.
Yo, he doesn't even have his map. Lapras, you're not going
binoculars.
fast enough, please. Jigglypuff just randomly makes a cameo. Oh, nice.
Jigglypuff. It's the weird. I don't know.
How is it swimming?
Jigglypuff is bizarre.
I don't understand.
It's floating, man. It's buoyant.
Whoa, those are some humongous grapefruit.
I'm drinking a Schweppes pink grapefruit sparkling water right now.
Really?
Ah! Get some.
He's like, I have one in my hand. What's going on?
Thought you could sneak in here and steal all our grapefruit after we worked so hard to grow it. We didn't come.
She's like, I didn't see any sign, lady.
We're not grapefruit thieves, honest.
No lie.
She's like, oh, you believe all the thieves? That's all you got to do is tell a convincing lie, and you're golden. You're good.
Our groves and stealing our grapefruit. I thought they grew by themselves. Yeah, we
Dude,
didn't know
Togepi
all
is
these
always so
grapefruit
happy.
belonged to somebody. We should
Always.
have asked before we picked any.
It was our fault. We're sorry we caused you any trouble.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Like, how
She's like,
heavy
yeah,
is that
just-
grapefruit?
So hard to grow these grapefruit. I can't stand the thought of losing even a single one to thieves. I've never seen
What's Lapras just chilling out in the back, just floating by? Like, get it in the Pokeball. Give it a
Look,
rest.
no, I'm pretty sure they show Lapras like again too. No, but so they take really good care of these grapefruit trees.
But all that hard work pays off when the weather warms up and the trees are covered with beautiful white grapefruit blossoms.
Oh, so
That's when we
pretty.
gather butterfree from neighboring islands to pollinate the trees on all the
Butterfrees.
7 grapefruit islands so they can produce
Yeah, and they have a
fruit.
different
Then
design on
after
their
watering and
wings.
caring
I
for
wonder
every
what that
single tree,
means.
slowly but surely they start to bear
Maybe those
fruit.
are island form Butterfrees.
Yeah, right. Look, there's Lapras again.
So I care about all of them.
I think they just used the same animation.
I'm sure they did.
Oh,
Ruby, the thieves just struck again.
if we hurry, we might catch them.
And I like this. So she's on Grapefruit Island, and her name is Ruby.
Yep.
And there's a ruby red grapefruit.
Yep.
Just funny to make that connection.
This is disgusting. Who'd do such an awful thing?
This is disgusting.
Over here! Bring help!
Where are
Ah!
He's just like shouting. Oh,
So-
we've seen that guy before.
See, but this is the thing. We have seen him before, but the episode that we saw him before with the Wake Up Snorlax was an episode that was one of those weird filler episodes that they added after this season of the animation was already produced. When in that weird time when they were waiting for the next set of games, to be released. So
Right, let's go, guys.
it was the same thing. I forget with Kabuto, right? We saw Kabuto once before, and then he's again in the Orange Islands using the Pokedex for the first time on it. It's just
Yeah.
because those episodes didn't really happen. It was like a time warp. But yeah, we just see Snorlax chomping away on full grapefruit branches.
Come on, guys. If we work fast enough, maybe we can pick all the grapefruit before Snorlax gets to it.
Right, good idea.
Hut, 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 hut.
I just hope we can pick quick enough.
Maybe our Pokemon can help.
Good idea.
So this is an interesting
Bulbasaur,
take
I
here,
choose you.
because they
Bulbasaur, Vine
they're
Whip
they immediately try to attack Snorlax, and
Staryu,
I don't know.
we're gonna need your help.
It's like, all right, they're cutting down all the grapefruit to try to save the grapefruit from being eaten by Snorlax, but I don't know, if I was Ash,
Really great job.
I don't know, whenever he would see a wild Pokemon, the first thing would be to attack it to capture it.
Yep.
You already got all the grapefruit you're gonna
But
get.
now he's more concerned with he just gets booty bumped.
Oh, got any other ideas?
Hey, I know. Let's weaken
All right, so
Snorlax
now
in
Tracy's the
battle
one.
and
Let's
capture
weaken
the
Snorlax, right?
Okay, Bulbasaur, Vine Whip attack.
But they make Snorlax out to be like this invincible, crazy thing.
Bulbasaur's the one.
Yeah, no, he's not invincible.
Bulbasaur, Razor Leaf.
Yeah, because Vine
The
Whip didn't
razor
work.
leaf.
Bulbasaur
Huh,
sure would
easier
be
to
handy
eat.
to have around the kitchen.
When I first saw that, I was just like, "Yo,
Body
Bulbasaur's
slam.
dead. Bulbasaur's dead."
Bulbasaur, are you okay?
It's
You okay?
Bulbasaur
No,
pancake.
dude. I just had 10 tons on my body. I'm not okay.
Hey, I think Snorlax finally.
I don't think he had enough,
That means
dude.
it's gonna go to sleep any second now.
Yeah, that was like
That's
every
right,
single
now
tree
what's
in
the
their
time?
visual perimeter. Nope, I'm gonna go get more. I thought Ash, or no, I thought Ash was gonna send out Charizard.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but apparently Snorlax can literally eat an entire island or more worth of
At least now.
grapefruit trees.
Any more grapefruit?
And like the
Yeah,
destruction
as long as Snorlax
is
can't
insane.
get to the other islands,
The
rest
tops
your
of the
grapefruit
trees are
groves
just broken.
safe.
That's something to be grateful for.
It's one hungry Snorlax.
Do you think Snorlax is getting ready to fly to another island?
So
Oh yes, Ash, he's gonna fly.
I didn't realize this. Like, that's the best image of Snorlax jumping. But I
He's
didn't
an
know this
Olympic
was a
swimmer.
thing.
Snorlax could swim. It's doing the blubber.
I didn't know it could do the blubber fly.
I should have figured it was a good swimmer. That solves the mystery of how Snorlax got to the island. in the first
Smart,
place.
Tracy.
Better figure out a way to keep
My
it from
detective
getting to
skills are
second
increasing.
place.
Look at this, he's an Olympic swimmer.
That's what I'm saying. Snorlax is no joke. He's faster than Lapras.
Headquarters in one of the other islands is
Which is so sad because
and
Lapras
the
is like
speedboat.
that's his one job is to swim fast. I can't even do that.
It's raining vitamin C, and we could sure use some these days.
Luckily, we found an
See, and I don't know if that
Team,
was a
Team
joke
Rocket
for
always
vitamin,
shows up.
because they were like, oh, vitamin C, and then he's like, we could sure use some D's days. So I don't know if he was
Yeah.
talking about vitamin D as well. Who
The
knows?
skin on this thing is tight as a drum.
Ow!
My paw!
Oh, he broke his finger.
I think I broke my paw.
Maybe this type of grapefruit isn't grown for its fruit.
Well, if you don't eat the fruit, what do you eat?
I seem to recall
This is a funny little thing, and we know some backstory on James before, but thinking back to his servants, it reminds you of the difference between Jesse and James' upbringing.
Let's do some
Exactly.
grabbing.
I like how the Magikarp sub is docked.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Snorlax use surf.
Yeah.
It's a Snorlax.
And it's stealing what we stole.
It's stealing what we stole.
What are you three doing on that island?
What do you think they're doing? They're stealing grapefruits.
They are thieves.
We'll see about that, you little twerp.
Yeah, those are the real thieves.
Instead of grabbing grapefruit, we can swipe Pikachu and Snorlax.
Good thinking.
Stop
He's an
Snorlax
opportunist.
and Team Rocket won't
He is. He's always thinking.
Who's that?
It's Pikachu.
It's Squirtlesaur.
Oh, Ivysaur.
Ah, gosh. How did I get that
Knew it.
wrong?
I knew it.
Thought this was Digimon for a second.
God.
I like how they have an electronic, like, battleship radar. He's gone from Island 1 to Island 2. They don't even have, like, the names or anything that's on there.
It's just-
Island
they're just
1,
numbered.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
There it is. All right, I'm gonna catch you now.
Oh, are you, Ash?
Squirtle, I choose
I thought he was going to throw a Pokeball here. and
I just
did
thought he
not.
was going for it too, right?
Yeah, he disappointed me on so many levels.
Dude.
Did Snorlax
Again.
or did Squirtle just turn into a ghost?
Well, now he did. Now that he just got 20 tons of Snorlax on top of him.
That was
Snorlax is indestructible. They make
He's
him
made out of rubber.
indestructible.
I'll just try another one. I choose you.
I love that. I love that so much.
Goldeen. Goldeen.
Mistake. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize my water Pokemon couldn't swim in the water. This
He's
looks
gonna
tasty.
eat it.
Hey, Snorlax! Goldeen's not on the menu.
She was so
Lucky she
quick
was-
to, you know,
I know.
retrieve it. I mean, he picked it up. What did she think he was going to do with it?
You can do it, Togepi.
Pet it.
Oh, here, feed it, Togepi. Here's my sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
Misty?
You want an omelet?
Snorlax might eat anything.
You and your wimpy Pokemon gave it your best
Yo,
shot
Meowth looks
here,
tough
Bo.
there.
Now Team Rocket will take it from here.
Arbok, poison sting.
She didn't even send it out. Oh, body
Yo,
slam.
the body slam is no joke.
No, it's no joke in Pokemon Go either.
Yeah.
You love that move.
Hey, my Snorlax rips in Great League. Oh, it's so gross.
Lickitungue's tongue just wipes its mouth.
It's so gross.
I choose you, Victory Bell.
Dude, what's up with Victory Bell Scream? That's all I
Why does
wanna
it yell so aggressively?
Snorlax, not me.
It's so crazy. Oh, it's scary. It's like a horror
And that's a
movie.
stage 2. Like, it evolved. It's supposed to be a strong Pokemon.
Psyduck's the perfect Pokemon?
If Psyduck uses a psychic attack, it'll be perfect against Snorlax.
Well, too
If
bad
Psyduck
Psyduck
knows how to use
doesn't
any move.
listen.
Oh, it's a snowman now.
I guess I should have known you'd
He gave himself the Heimlich maneuver.
Okay, Pikachu, I guess it's up to us to stop Snorlax.
Why wouldn't Pikachu be his first option?
Full attack now!
Hey man, they got to build dramatic effect. I actually thought it was gonna like do something here when I first saw that. It just makes Snorlax eat faster. Oh no,
just keep picking.
Island 2 is
They
almost out
haven't
of
moved from the
grapefruit.
beach. He's been sitting in the same spot.
They need you over at the processing plant as fast as you can get there.
I'll be right there. Tell everyone on the other islands to start picking.
Right.
Just like shoot it with some tranquilizers or something.
No, they're not that humane.
What's gonna happen now?
Showtime.
They probably have grapefruit
Ladies
cannons.
And gentlemen and twerps of all ages. Keep your
That's such a
eyes
cool
on
shot
the
of James.
pendulum. Yes. Now just
I love how they always put them
Your
in
eyes are
costumes.
getting
It's like the coolest thing.
You're getting sleepy.
Dude, they almost pulled this off.
On the count of 3, you'll fall completely asleep. 1, 2, 3.
And then he falls asleep himself.
But putting Snorlax to sleep isn't a bad idea.
But how do we do it?
A massage
You
might
get a
make it relax
Poke-Flute.
and fall asleep.
Let's try it.
So this part was a little weird.
Attention, go away.
Just relax, Snorlax.
Like, do they realize that they are in so much so close to harm's way? Because all he has to do is just body slam them, and they literally break their bones and die.
I've got a great idea. Listen, Snorlax. Picture a beautiful, wide, open pasture, bathed in the glow.
He's
of
like, "Oh,
restful red
I understand."
Let me think on that.
Cute little Snorlax friends are there with you.
I love this. It's so cool.
There could be.
Kind of
Why
like
don't we
counting
count
sheep.
them?
Hmm.
One Snorlax.
But like the pirouetting, like,
Snorlax.
just like light-footed Snorlax hopping over the fence is so cute.
Why couldn't that animation be on a Pokemon card?
And it looks like it should be a Pokemon card
Yeah.
image.
I think I'm gonna have to find one of those like Pokemon card creator sites and just like screen cap that image.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
What are you laughing at? If you hadn't messed things up, we would.
Punch
Yeah,
him in the
blame it
head.
on
Punch
Psyduck.
him in the head. She's like making a fist over its head.
What's she doing?
I think she's
All
trying to
right,
look
so
like
this is
Snorlax's
so
mother.
ridiculous.
Snorlax's mother. Sleepy, 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 sleepy.
Like what
Time to take a
a
happy little
ridiculous
nap now.
concept this
Hurry up
is.
so you
Like
can
this
have a
is
nice dreamy wee.
this is even ridiculous by Team Rocket standards for sure.
Go to sleep, Lily.
But you said you like them in costumes.
I know, but it's ridiculous.
So Jesse didn't want to disappoint.
Snorlax gets so mad. Boo!
High jump kick. Look at this. It's a high jump kick. He's in the air. He is in the air. Okay? He does a high jump kick. He just became a fighting type.
Dude,
There's no way
he's very
Snorlax is gonna
spry.
sing Snorlax
He's
to
very
sleep
agile.
anyway.
Hey, sing to sleep.
Yes, we saw that in the counting Snorlax.
All we have to do is
Little-
find
Yes,
Jigglypuff
video
yes.
there.
to sing.
Wonderful little loop-de-loop over the thing. Look at him.
Look at this. The
you-
whole
one
forest
Snorlax
is
can
disappearing.
What's all this?
Ruby!
We thought of a great idea. I'm so glad you got here. Take a look.
Huh?
They called me over to the processing
So
plant,
great.
and when I came back, I found them all like this.
Oh, look at those marks on their faces.
Jigglypuff
Jigglypuff
is
could have done
like
this.
How
I don't know, man. It's just been a constant form of comic relief for like, I don't know, 20, 25 episodes now. It's so funny.
Oh no, Snorlax is already heading over to the third
Snorlax Tracker 3000.
Come on, guys. We gotta set the stage for Jigglypuff. Yeah!
She's like, what?
Sign ready.
multicolored felt tip markers ready.
Now all we need
Ah, to only have
That's so
The
funny.
prop
Like them
box.
putting on this whole stage.
Sing.
And now that we made a special
With lights
place
and
for
everything.
together performance,
I think it'll show up any minute now and give us a song. And when Snorlax goes to sleep, I'll be ready to catch it.
No, you won't, Ash. Do not like this whole that whole saying, that whole phrase.
and
If
Jigglypuff's
they
come out
thought
here to put it to
like
sleep. If it
Jigglypuff,
eats the grapefruit in the warehouse,
it's gonna
we'll be
put
ruined.
everyone to sleep.
Yeah, we gotta get Jigglypuff on stage. Jigglypuff! Come on, guys.
This is a good song though. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff!
It's so bad. There's like 4 people,
And
like
Where
all
did
the
they get
employees.
like where was the marketing agency to make that sign? Like who's in charge of the design? Like come on.
That's what I'm saying. That prop box is amazing.
Jiggly?
Ash,
Like, why wouldn't they
Put
put
your
in
earplugs in.
earplugs? I know.
It works.
even Togepi. Shh.
All right, now Snorlax is mad.
Looks like Snorlax is getting drowsy. Now's my chance. Okay, Pikachu, thunder now.
It's so messed up. Snorlax is just one Pokemon. Guys, you're double teaming. It's like, is he asleep or is he knocked out?
That was the coolest animation of like a tree snapping, though.
I know, right? It was so many frames.
Pokeball, go!
That's a big Pokeball.
Oh, yeah!
Dude, it's besides Lapras, which was given, right? Like what was the last time he caught a Pokemon?
I don't
It's
remember.
been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
But like the ball didn't do the 3 shake thing.
I know, it's weird.
So-
I know. But look how amazing these wonderful full color Jigglypuff creations are.
But what I don't understand is like there's clearly a difference between the Jigglypuff markings here, and not just the color. That's not what I meant, but like even on the workers in this episode compared to the last time we've seen her do like a markup. They're very intricate.
She's gotten better.
We're just happy
We
help
haven't
you
seen
save all this
Jigglypuff going
grapefruit.
to all different random other cities doing this to tons of people as well. She's got a lot of
They're
practice.
delicious.
Thanks, Ruby.
Thanks, Ruby Grapefruit.
Okay. Try one, Pikachu.
But I like how she just gave her one bag, and they helped her
Yeah,
save
you
like
that, Pikachu.
islands.
Um,
The least you could have done is give her 2
You won't
bags,
believe it,
one
but
or
there are
one
new
each.
trees growing wherever Snorlax went.
So the new trees growing, like no one wants to say it, but maybe this is some magic
This is
Snorlax
amazing.
fertilizer.
I've never seen anything like this before.
That's where my
See, I was
that's where my
thinking-
12-year-old head went.
Ability that helps the trees
See,
grow
my
better.
12-year-old head went
whatever
like
it
he
is,
must
I
be
guess
using
it
like
proves
leech seed
something
or something,
good
or
can come out of something
like an
bad.
attack.
I think you're right,
No,
Misty.
But
I
who
was
knows?
thinking about
Next year we may
Snorlax
have more
poop.
fruit than ever.
I mean, that
I
makes
hope so,
more
Ruby.
sense. It's magical poop.
Goodbye.
This episode should have been called The Magical Grapefruit Poop.
And so, as the sun slowly
Oh
sets
my
like a
God.
giant
Dude, this
glowing
episode was
grapefruit, our heroes
ridiculous.
sail on to their
Absolutely
next orange island.
Between
Ridiculous.
the Olympic swimmer and
But-
Snorlax eating entire islands
Don't go away.
of trees,
think
like just
about-
becoming a barren wasteland.
We just went from having an episode that was back on track with having battles, battling in the Orange League, super serious, to, mentioning the GS ball, showing the GS ball, all this and that, to another just random Sidewinder with a ridiculous storyline. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Snorlax, but this one just didn't do it for me at all.
No, not at all. I was kind of
It's
disappointed.
so dumb. It's so dumb.
It was very
It's-
dumb. Take me back to the last episode. Take me back.
Yes. All right. Well, I think the only thing that's going to make me feel better right now is opening this pack of Sword and Shield that I have. So let's do it.
I'm right there with you. I
It's a
feel-
green code. Jeez Louise. All right, I'll go first here. Darkness Energy, Lumberry, Corvisquire, Garvantula, Yamper, Clopolis, Cottony, Choodle, Rhyhorn. The reverse is a Sandaconda. And the rare is a non-hollow Inteleon. Oh,
Which one? The one with the ability? Or
not the one with the ability.
Okay, well that's more rare because that's either only in the starter deck or like it's more rare because the pre-release box had the one with the ability.
Ugh.
Okay, I got a white code,
Okay.
but I didn't say
okay.
that out loud, did I? I did, didn't I? Uh-oh. All right, so I got a Fire Energy, a Switch Trainer, a Ferrothorn, a Raboot, a Silicobra, a Blipbug, a Goldeen, Yamper, Skorupi. My reverse hollow is a Rookity, and my hollow rare is a Cinderace.
Okay. Starters. What's up with that?
What's up with that? Oh, and my last pack, because I bought a 3-pack blister. My last pack had literally 4 energies in it.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I posted on Twitter, on my personal. I was just like, Pokemon, clearly somebody's like not doing quality assurance checks or whatever, because like something's not right. Somebody was asleep.
Have you ever seen that before? Has that ever happened to you before?
Only one other time, but then there was only like a second energy. Like there wasn't a whole bunch. This literally had 4 in it.
That's so weird. It's so weird. All right, well, Adam, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Man, this pack was about as a letdown as the episode. Well, thank you guys so much. If you made it this far into the show, we really do appreciate you. You can email us, info@gottawatchemall.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text, or picture at 732-835-8639. Check out gottawatchemall.com for everything that's going on in the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on in the network, and definitely make sure you get involved with this contest. Leave us some reviews, get a chance to win a Rebel Clash booster, build in Battle Box, and potentially get some charity, some money for charity without having to put any money out of your own pocket. It would be a good thing to do. But Adam, if you don't have anything else, I think it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
All right, trainers, remember, if you can't be out there catching them all, hang out with us and watch them all. We'll see you next week.